Hey everyone, happy Saturday to you. Is it a real hassle for you to put your leash on your dog? Does it just go bonkers, jump all over the place, and you're sitting there wrestling with it all the time, just trying to hook your leash onto your dog? Or worse yet, even trying to put a collar on your dog. If you dread those moments, man, I've got a real treat for you today, because I'm telling you what, this may not have a lot of pizzazz as far as flashy showmanship with dog ownership, but I'm here to tell you, these two commands, one called leash up and one called collar up, I use every day, multiple times per day, because I was like you. I hate it. I even dreaded trying to put leashes on some dogs. They sit there and turn their heads, they bite at the leash, they'll do anything not to have the leash hooked up, or they just get so excited about going for that walk, or they think maybe they're going to a dog park, and oh my gosh, they're like atomic BBs all over the house, and you're sitting there trying to put on this delicate little clasp on some little D-ring that's hidden somewhere in that darn fur, and you can't find it to save your life. Well, let me show you a neat little trick here. I taught Captain a little command a long time ago called leash up, and leash up is really neat. And the way I started doing that, I'll just take you to the very beginning on how I trained this to Captain. First things first, we just take a little treat, and I recommend that you start off with either a piece of rope, make it like a lasso, or you can get a kennel lead like I have here that just slides back and forth on the D-ring itself here, back and forth, and make it really wide open here. So again, I'm gonna play with this so you can see this big loop here. All right, and Captain's laying on the ground here, and now I'm going to call him over here and tell him, leash up. And you see there, he just dives right into that loop. Let me do it again here. Free. Free. Okay, so you're kind of seeing the end product here. And I'll take you to the very beginning. Just a second. Here we go. Leash up. And he just dives right into that loop. Man, how handy is that? Okay, to train it is super simple. Just again, I'm going to back up the little steps here, and all you do is you form your little loop. No cheating, buddy. I tell you, like I always said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. He's certainly trying. Okay, make your little ring right here, just a nice little ring. And all you do is you give your dog a target. Show your dog that you do have that treat, and then place the target dead smack in the middle of the ring. Looks like this. Leash up. And as soon as he comes in to get the treat, slide the leash over his head. Man, there's nothing easier than that. Pick a time in which your dog is really into the treats. Find something your dog really digs, piece of cheese, hot dog, I don't know, its own kibble, whatever. Come up with something really cool. Just make a ring. You can pull the excess up if you want to. Put your hand right through the ring, show him the target, and say, leash up. And when he comes in to get the treat, drop the leash right over his head. Piece of cake. And soon, you'll have a dog like Captain who you don't have to have a treat. I honestly don't have to have one. I don't carry treats on me all day long. But again, even from a distance, I can tell him, sit, move further away from him, stay. So now I'm going to tell him to stay, and I'm going to move further away. Leash up. And bingo, he goes right in that loop there. My gosh, I'm telling you what, that was one of the simplest things I ever trained Captain to do, and yet one of the handiest things that you can do. All right, now let's fast forward a little bit. Maybe you're not using a kennel lead. Maybe you're using a regular leash here. So I got one of the little leashes that we use on our little Morkies here, our little Maltese Yorkie mixes. So it's got a tiny little clasp. Going to make my job a whole lot harder, but I want to show you how easy this is. Okay, step one, you accomplish this right here, leash up. Do it with a kennel leash. Do not start training with this, not with a clasp. Accomplish this first. So now the dog comes, leashes up with the kennel lead. Now, while you have your hand on the leash, say, leash up again. And when you do, climb down that leash, find the D-ring. Oh, my bad. Let's go over collar up. How about that? Okay, he doesn't have a collar on. All right, so I'm going to drop the leash right here. Let's do collar up. Okay, same way. You trained the exact same way. I have my collar here. Here we go. Captain, collar up. Comes over and he puts his nose right through that ring. How did I train that? The exact same way I trained it, doing leash up, because this is a little slip-on collar. So again, I'll move around here. Let's have some fun with it. Collar up. There we go. He dives right into that ring, and I give him that treat. That's called collar up. Okay, so now that he has a collar on, let's do leash up again. Okay, so now this is the leash with a clasp. I'm going to accomplish the first step. I'll just go over it. Step 1, call the dog to you, say leash up. Accomplish the first leash up, and once you do, go for a second leash up. While he's sitting there, leash up. Make that little sound with a clasp there. Find the D-ring, make sure he sits. The whole reason why we have this other leash is that if he moves, we say no. No movement. No movement at all. Hold absolutely still. Let me turn towards the camera here. Okay, so I've already accomplished the first leash up. Okay, he's already in the leash. Then I say, leash up. And I say it again. So now I can connect right here. Good boy, and then of course always follow up with that reward afterwards. All right, so now let's show you what the finished product looks like when you want to leash up with your standard leash for the clasp. Stay. Leash up. So he comes up, stands absolutely still, allows me to find the ring. I hook on. Free. Good job, buddy. Well done indeed. All right, so even if you have a buckle collar, let's say, for example, we have a buckle collar. Same thing. Just make that little loop on your buckle collar. So this would be extra large for Captain, but we're just going to pretend. Leash up. Collar up. As soon as he comes in, tell him collar up, and now adjust your collar to whatever you need. I'm just going to tie a little knot here. So you see how he's holding absolutely still while I do this. Why? Because if he moves, I say no. Be still. Good boy. Reward that calmness. Good. Just reward it. Reward calm. Be ready to grab that collar and say no. Got to be still, buddy. Communicate to him. Be very patient. This is not something that you teach in one day. It takes about 3 or 4 days of good practice, probably about 20 reps per day, and you'll be there. All right, and the same thing goes for taking it off. So now I want to take it off. I just come up to him. All right, buddy, I'm grabbing your collar. So I grab the collar. Now he gets a haptic signal. I just grabbed the collar. That's a haptic signal, touch signal. Reach over here, untie my knot. So I'm going to pretend like I'm unbuckling. And oh my gosh, like I said, good old Bryan, don't know a knot, tie a lot. And there we go. And then free once you're done. Okay, guys, that's your little simple tip for the day. Trust me. Leash up. Oh my gosh. Easiest thing to train your dog to do, and I guarantee you, you're going to have a lot of fun teaching it, and then you're going to have a whole lot of fun with your dog doing it. Leash up. Poke your head right in there, buddy. Oh, you're going to love me for this. I tell you what. Well, you already love me. I know that. But you will love me a whole lot more because I swear there's nothing better than this right here. Good old leash up. Good old collar up. You got any questions? You need me to go over this in a little bit more detail with you? Send it to me. Bryan with the Y at tamingthewild.com. And as always, if you found this video beneficial and you think someone else could benefit from it, please share it. And then I have one last request. If you know of someone in need and you have some to spare, share a roll. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.